Esquadrão Suicida. O filme tem um elenco de peso, selecionado pelo diretor e roteirista James Gunn, junto com a nossa querida atriz brasileira Alice Braga. No ano passado, eles falaram com a gente direto do set, eu lembro, no meio de uma floresta. Vamos ver o que eles têm para contar dessa vez.
Fans in the world!
I wanted to ask you actually that, because, oh my God, I remember when we were on set, I asked you, I was like, how crazy is the energy, right?
Oh my God. Yeah, when we went to the convention 2 years ago, or however, I don't know, 3 years ago now, you know, I just really went out.
Just blown away by it. I mean, like, they're such a huge fans of you. But it was really exciting to kind of like have a visual of it. So it was wonderful.
Yeah. So we've gotten some really amazing questions from the Brazilian fans, and they want to know more about the Suicide Squad.
As an encounter, I can say, with the Suicide Squad, but I'm not going to say more. So she's a very great character to play because there's so much into it. Without saying much, how insane will the Suicide Squad be? I know the answer.
I think to answer that question, we need to bring in a few friends to show you exactly how insane the Suicide Squad is going to be.
In this film, the scale is huge.
What I really loved about John Ostrander's original run of the a little less so, probably from some like Saturday morning kids show.
Advanced, and he's the only guy that can use it. And in this film, he gets to show it off, and he's brutal.
The extensive work that had gone into these costumes. I remember looking down the beach, and every time James would yell cut, 7 people would run over to Flula to start gluing his knees and elbows back on.
No, Nathan, that wasn't the outfit. I tore my ACL. Those were doctors.
I feel terrible.
And Alicia puts down in the water, and every time she puts down, she's like trying to like walk so daintily.
Because it was kind of deep. Like, it was really deep.
It was very, very challenging to play Ratcatcher 2 because to be sweet.
31 empanadas later.
Jesus.
We got it right.
Did you throw up that night?
I think 32 would have been the heave-ho, but I was able to like penguin walk out of there and just relax and unbutton. But there people are going to see the movie and nobody's going to care. So please remember the empanadas.
Why don't each of you finish this sentence? The Suicide Squad is...
It's a hell of a ride.
Is going to be worth the wait.
#1 in theaters near you.
Épicas, além de um novo uniforme feito por ninguém mais do que Bruce Wayne. E talvez ainda uns rostos familiares da DC aparecendo por aí, hein? Tudo isso me deixa ainda muito mais empolgado sobre esse filme. Porque para fãs do The Flash, como eu, meu filho que ama o Flash, a gente tem uma mensagem especial dele mesmo, o cara, Andy Muschietti.
Oi. Obrigado.
Eu fico aqui me perguntando, será que tem algum fã de Mulher Maravilha no Brasil? Juro que eu consigo ouvir vocês daqui. Eu queria só lembrar para vocês não esquecerem de conferirem a loja oficial da DC. Tem uma coleção fabulosa de Mulher Maravilha 1984 e muito mais do universo DC, tá? É só você apontar o seu celular para a tela para ler o QR Code ou entrar no site da loja, tá? Mas já que a gente está falando dela, agora é hora de olhar para o painel DC Future State e falar sobre a Amazona favorita de todos nós.
Hello, Comic-Con attendees, and welcome to the DC Future State Wonder Woman panel. Some great writers and artists who are working on this Future State event that DC is presenting this January. My name is Jamie S. Rich. I'm a group editor at DC Comics, and I'm working on Superman and Wonder Woman titles. But today, we're definitely talking to you about Wonder Woman. We're going to talk to you about Future State. Future State is this awesome creative event we're planning where we're looking down all the timelines, all these possible futures for your favorite DC characters. And today specifically, we're talking again about Wonder Woman. So again, talking about Future State, one of the exciting things about DC Comics and one of the things that makes our universe special is that we have legacies. A lot of these characters are main characters, including been around for 80 plus years. This is Wonder Woman's 80th anniversary in 2021, for people who don't know. And there have been different versions of the character, different people taking on the mantle, different sidekicks, Donna Troy, Cassie Sandsmark. And so we wanted to extend this notion into the future and look at how we could make that legacy go even if you don't know. But starting with Diana Prince, we have Immortal Wonder Woman and Michael working on that. What was your reaction when I was blue, you get this sort of phone call that says, hey, I want you to write a Wonder Woman story. It's set at the end of time and she's the last superhero.
Well, I was surprised because Wonder Woman's such a legendary character. She has such a rich history. It's one of those things that I just never thought I would have the opportunity to work on. So I was surprised and what a challenge. So, you know.
Yeah, I've been kind of counting on getting. Oh, I've been counting on getting that phone call for a long time. I feel like. I feel like I've had this story like kind of in my heart, and Wonder Woman is the perfect character to be able to kind of to express all the complex nuances of what it's like to be immortal. And I think we've all kind of danced with that idea a time or two in our minds, and this is an opportunity to show through a really great person what it's like to have that blessing and burden all at once.
Well, with Nubia, she's in the world of man. She's there to protect this place where she has come to know who she is as a person, right? Possible things that have happened in the past. From collecting these artifacts that may or may not lead to the end of the world, because, I mean, that's a staple of superhero. And I'm super excited to bring in different pantheons and gods from different places, like the Orisha and other West African gods who we haven't seen before or we've only had glimpses of in the DC mythos. So that's what I'm most excited about, is for Nubia to be here, and she's pretty much like, I'm black, y'all. We black, y'all. Let's go. Like, that's what it is.
Aletha, what's been the funnest thing to draw so far in creating
the fight scenes? World? The fight scenes. Sorry to that's. I'm here for the fights. I'm here to get them to roll them around. I just love drawing fight scenes. And so far, 2020 has been a strange year for everyone. But I've watched comics sort of progress since I've been drawing comics since they let the animals off the ark. Going from what I love are heroes, and heroes doing heroic things, to heroes now crying in fields of death. And finally, I get this beautiful script. Oh, thank you, El, for the beautiful script, because it starts with a fight. And I'm like, oh, I'm here. I can't wait to see this animated so I can enjoy it thoroughly and completely, because it's been so long. If you don't understand, I've been drawing heroes on couches for years, and I'm tired of it. I'm glad there's a fight, so I'm here for the fight. Okay.
I love writing a good fight scene, so I'm glad I got paired with you to draw a good fight scene.
E aí, todo mundo preparado para o melhor presente de Natal que 2020 poderia trazer para os fãs? Vocês já sabem, Mulher Maravilha 1984 nos cinemas é o melhor Natal que qualquer fã poderia pedir. Então posta aí hashtag Mulher Maravilha 1984 e hashtag WW84 e nos conte o quão empolgados vocês estão para esse filme. Para quem estava na Ccxp do ano passado, o painel de Mulher Maravilha 1984 fez São Paulo tremer. E antes da gente terminar esse grande painel da Warner de hoje, vamos dar a palavra para eles, a nossa maravilhosa diretora e o elenco de Mulher Maravilha 1984. Mas antes, vamos relembrar um pouco o painel épico na Ccxp de 2019.
Wonderful, 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 wonderful.
Não se preocupem, meus caros brasileiros, a Ccxp volta no próximo ano muito maior, melhor e mais barulhenta que nunca. Dedos cruzados. Mas enquanto isso, tirem suas mãos do teclado e cruzem seus braços no alto para ela, a diretora de Mulher Maravilha 1984, Patty Jenkins.
Thanks, Valentina. Oi, Ccxp Worlds. The last time Gal and I were with you, you guys broke the sound level in the Thunder Hall. We were blown away. I've never experienced anything like your energy and your love for the character. Wonder Woman is like the beacon of hope and love and the hero we all aspire to be. We're so excited for you guys to see the movie that we made, and it's coming very soon. Now, I'd like to celebrate what you, the fans, have shown us, but I can't do it alone, so please welcome your Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot. Hi! Steve Trevor, Chris Pine, the Cheetah, Kristen Wiig, and Max Lord, Pedro Pascal. Hi, you guys! It's so good to see you guys.
Thank you so much, Patty. It is so good to be here with the fans, even if it's virtual, and it's even better to have my great friends, Chris and Kristen and Pedro, with all of us this time.
Are you ready to look at some fan art, cosplay, and answer some Brazilian fan questions that were submitted during DC Fandom?
Definitely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Very excited.
All right, here we go. We had so much incredible work submitted. It was so hard to pick a few. I love this version of the 80s here.
Look at those jeans.
I know. Isn't that a great call?
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's amazing. Is that like a brooch? That's a Linda Carter brooch?
It's almost like that, isn't it?
It looks like, right?
I love that it's like an emblem or a patch. I thought this was such a great play on our art.
That's amazing.
Everybody looks great.
But that totally looked like an art piece that the studio released, you know? It looks so professional.
Yeah, it's a great homage. And here's a great cosplay. Look at the detail in her costume and the background.
You know, it always blows my mind the extent that the fans will go in order to make everything so perfect. Oh, I love this. Remember, Patty, when we were talking about the smoke with the colors?
I love the smokiness.
Yeah, stepping out of fire.
You guys were always so blown away by that work when you submit it. We're honored to hear we make a movie that we care so much about, but you guys putting your heart and soul into these pieces of art and this incredible, costumes and the detail, we're like moved and touched and blown away. So thank you so much, you guys, for your amazing work. We're so excited we get to connect with you again, and even though it's too bad we have to do it virtually this time, it gives gives us the great opportunity to really get a bunch of your questions and answer them directly. So we've gotten together a great collection of questions, and I'm going to get to pass your questions on to the cast. So let's get started. Okay, first question from Lana for Chris. Not a question, though I just wanted to say that Chris Pine looks great wearing a fanny pack, which I agree.
You know, Lana, I gotta say, I felt great wearing a fanny pack. A fanny pack provided an incredible opportunity to just kind of release into all decisions. Do I want to take string cheese? Do I want to take, lip gloss?
String cheese and lip gloss is really telling us a lot about you.
String cheese and lip gloss in my fanny pack.
So we have Jessica N. for Pedro. What was the most interesting thing about playing your character?
The most interesting thing about playing my character, and I mean this with my whole heart and with complete sincerity, it was getting to work with you, Patty, on this character. It's one of the greatest acting experiences I've ever had, so that was definitely the most interesting thing about my character.
Pedro, working with you was mind-blowing, and working with this entire cast is something I'll never forget. Like, you guys are my favorite people, actors. You're all so talented, and you guys all being friends, and us all having so much fun. So I like your answer. This time I have a question for Kristen from Robert. I'm very curious to know what Barbara's development will be like in this film, and could you tell us a little bit more?
I can't. No, I'm just kidding. That's my answer. I can tell you that, yeah, she definitely goes through a huge evolution. In the beginning of the movie, she's very socially awkward. She's invisible. And I'll just say the rest of the movie, she becomes very seen. And yeah, it was really exciting to play her because it was almost like playing 3 different characters, because she starts really quiet and then she's starting to change and then becomes full cheetah.
Yeah. And a hell of a performance, because it was so complex and you nailed it. It was so good. I can't wait for people to see all of you guys, really. So another one, Marcello, for Gal and Kristen. What will the story be like between Barbara Ann Minerva and Diana Prince in Wonder Woman 1984? How will the two meet?
We can't tell you much, Marcello. We can't wait for you to watch the movie because it's so good. We both work in the Smithsonian. And Kristen?
And when my character sees Gal, she goes like this.
And when my character sees Kristen, she goes like this.
Wow.
And we fell in love. And we fell in love.
You guys stop giving everything away.
I know you're right. I'm sorry. The way that Patty Jenkins kind of established the whole story is so compelling and beautiful and complex, and the tension is always there. And I loved working with you, Kristen.
I loved working with you, Gal.
Now we have a few great questions for the whole cast. What was the biggest challenge on this movie? I can answer for myself. I think the biggest challenge was the time and the difficulty of the things we were trying to pull off.
I don't know many movies that are shooting for almost 8 months, and the fact that we pulled it together and we did everything around the world for such a long period of time is, it's a lot. It's very demanding.
Going to work every day, like, even if you knew you're going to be in wires or in water or whatever, just like working with this cast and the crew, it was just like a dream.
All right, everybody. So we have another great question for the whole cast. It is, please say something to the fans who have been waiting for this movie for so long. So I, for one, have something that I would love to say, which is a massive thank you. I cannot thank you guys enough. We've all been on the craziest ride in the world. It's like an international, struggle, all of us trying to figure out how to do this. So I want to say thank you for supporting us along the road, and thank you for waiting for this movie. And we're so excited for you to see it. And so for me, it's a massive thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys.
I can't wait for this movie to be shared with the world.
Yeah, thank you all for being so patient. It's a wonderful movie. I promise you, it'll it'll be worth the wait.
I agree. I agree. Obrigada! We cannot wait to share this movie with you, and I can't wait to see you in the next Ccxp.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming, Gal, Chris, Kristen, Pedro. I always love seeing you guys so much. I miss you guys so much. Mwah. Pedro, before you go, Marcello Forlani from Omelette is going to steal you away. You're going to go talk to those guys. And I think he has a few burning questions from the Brazilian fans that have to be answered by you. So take it away, Marcello. Bye, guys. Mwah.
Have fun.
Bye, I love you guys.
Bye, guys.
When it comes to Ccxp fans, it's unanimous. Everybody loves him. But today, we're gonna talk about Wonder Woman 1984 and Max Lord, a character that maybe we're gonna love to hate. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Senor Pedro Pascal!
Hola!
Hi, Pedro!
Hola. Hello,
how are you, man?
Hello, Brazil!
Well, Pedro, do you know that you're one of the most requested artists to appear here at Ccxp?
Honestly, that's mind-blowing.
What did you love about the 80s?
I kind of loved, well, let's see. I spent a lot of the 80s in San Antonio, Texas with my sister, and we had cable TV and went to the movies all the time and concerts. So I was like a sponge to a lot of the things that are beautifully represented in this movie. This was a house that had MTV on, you know, like it was a radio station. And so much of my imagination and all of my hopes and dreams were very built around a lot of the movies that were out in the 80s. And so, you know, it's an era that shaped me. I don't know if that's a good thing, but it's basically the reason I'm me.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If you had to choose one costume from this movie to wear for the rest of your life, let's say every Saturday night, would you go with the golden armor or Steve Trevor's fanny pack?
You know, this is a true story. I was incredibly jealous of Steve Trevor's costume, the most comfortable thing anyone has ever worn. He admitted that it was this really cool looking jogging suit with a fanny pack where you could keep, you know, the fanny pack outfit for comfort and coolness.
Makes sense. Let's talk a little bit about the set. Forever Ago in the Distance 2018. I heard it was a lot of fun with everybody laughing a lot all the time. How was for you and Kristen to walk into this strong bond created around Patty, Gal, and Chris?
I think that might be the most special thing about the experience was how beautifully welcomed Kristen and I were into the family. We were both really nervous to step into something so beautifully established the first time around. And it was clear to us how close everyone was. It was clear to all of the audiences that saw the first movie how close everyone was. The chemistry was incredible, and you pressure yourself into the expectation, really. And you know that we would have the same chemistry, that we would, you know, basically, you know, live up to the standard, which was the first movie. And Gal, Patty, and Chris made it the most welcoming experience that I've ever had.
Yeah. And you've played some baddies, and people always say that they are more fun to play. How is Maxwell Lord different?
There are a lot of ways that Maxwell Lord is different from your typical baddies, and I don't want to share any of them with you because I don't want to give anything away. Everything about this movie is surprising, from big reveals in the plot and even subtle details about the character. I think there's so many unexpected things to experience. And I can say that the experience of working on this particular character with Patty Jenkins under her lens and in her vision, I feel like it was very much a creation of hers and Jeff Johns. And it's felt wholly original and challenging for me to step into, and I think that without revealing anything, he's exceptionally different from your typical baddies.
If you had a lasso of truth on your hands, who would you use it on, and what secret would you try to know from this person?
I guess if I had a lasso of truth, I would use it on Gal, and I would ask her who her favorite is, and I would just keep asking. And if it wasn't me, I would just keep asking until she said it was. I would defeat the lasso of truth until she told me that I'm her favorite.
Good luck with that. Well, thank you very much, Pedro.
Thank you so much. Obrigado. I love you, Brazil.
Thanks a lot, man. And now, back to you, Patty.
All right, now to close the show, I couldn't leave you guys without something special just for you guys, the fans. So here is an exclusive peek of the movie. I hope you enjoy it.
Diana, one day you'll become all that you dream of and more. And everything will be different. This world is not yet ready for all that you will do. You will become a legend.
Uau, que demais! Bom, o nosso painel chegou ao fim. Então, em nome de toda a Warner Media, de todas as nossas marcas e os nossos canais, o meu muito obrigada por vocês terem nos acompanhado aqui. A gente ama vocês, os nossos fãs, e a gente continua conectado em todas as formas possíveis. Pela TV, pelo celular, pelo seu game ou no cinema.
E não se esqueçam de visitar as nossas lojas oficiais da DC, Warner Brothers, HBO e Cartoon Network para produtos oficiais das suas séries e filmes favoritos. E lembre-se, seja um herói, use máscara. Boa noite a todos!
Boa noite a todo mundo! Tchau!